The situation is worsening year on year.
पूरा सामान खराब हो जाता है। पानी का इतना तकलीफ, बारिश का इतना तकलीफ है, कोई आता ही नहीं गली में देखने के लिए।
People can get sick because of this.
People are suffering over there.
With a population exceeding 1.4 billion people, India faces a recurring and devastating problem each monsoon season: urban flooding. Over the past few decades, India has witnessed a major population shift in urban areas, especially in growing metro cities such as Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bengaluru, and Chennai. Let's look at it this way. A city's drainage system is its circulatory system. Now those arteries are clogged with garbage, plastic, and debris. This isn't just poor infrastructure, it's a critical failure of maintenance and waste management, choking the very channels designed to save a city from floods.
There are a lot of promises made by our local administration, which is the BMC, that the situation will improve, but the situation is worsening ईयर ऑन ईयर. हमारा मेन रोड जो मुंबई का है वो है LBS रोड. वो अभी रोड नहीं रहा. बारिश के टाइम पे वो LBS नदी बन जाती है. रोड्स in front of our hospital gets flooded. People are unable to access any healthcare services.
The people who are most affected by this are the common people who don't have their houses near the office or who don't get the option to work from home. So even if the water level is still the knee, they have to struggle somehow and reach office because of the flooding on the railway tracks. The trains are late, and also the people can get sick because of this.
The houses are filled with waters, and the furniture and the mechanics and everything is being ruined. Even there is no electricity due to heavy floods and rain. Even pets and animals, I feel pity for them. So we must do something for them.
बारिश पानी भर जाता है, हम लोग गाड़ी खराब होती है, बहुत तकलीफ होती है गाड़ी चलाने में। पानी हर जगह 1 घंटे बारिश भी हो तो पानी भर जाता पूरा, कोई आता ही नहीं गली में देखने के लिए। गली भरी रहती है, पानी वही बाथरूम का पानी, सब पानी उसी में जाओ आओ, बहुत तकलीफ है हम लोग को।
The human cost of this neglect is immense. Recently, the death of a 40-year-old man while cleaning a sewer in northwest Delhi, along with the injury of 3 others, is a stark reminder of the dangerous and often fatal consequences of our crumbling infrastructure. These issues aren't confined to just one city. These are lives lost due to systematic failures. Bengaluru potholes recently forced an IT startup to relocate, highlighting how poor infrastructure can cripple a city's economy and reputation. Every year, floods affect nearly 40 million hectares of land in India, as per past reports. 2005 was recorded as the hottest year of the century, but it saw one of the worst urban flooding in Mumbai with a rainfall of 944 mm in just 24 hours.
A recent study by IIT, they found that just after lockdown, COVID lockdown, cloud formations changed 80 to 250%, and GSI director acknowledged the role of human activities and heavy rains for the landslides which happen in North India.
According to a report by Wetlands International South Asia, India has lost nearly 1/3 of its natural wetlands to urbanization, agricultural expansion, and pollution over the last 4 decades.
The remaining mangroves, wetlands, and urban forests are not just green spaces, they act like the natural sponges and shields. The mangroves, they literally stand tall at our shores and they protect our cities. They protect cities like Mumbai from the heavy flooding, from the heavy waves and the floods. Whereas the wetlands hold the excess of rainwater and the forests, they cools our city.
A 2022 study on extreme sea level rise along the Indian Ocean coastline observed a 2-3-fold increase in ESL occurrence due to a steady rise in average sea level. Recently, the Central Water Commission reported that 34 out of 100 Indian glacial lakes showed an increasing trend in the water spread area, citing melting glaciers. This highlights the potential risks of overflowing and bursting with consequential effects. A report published by The Hindu in 2024 highlighted that the rise in glacial lakes in Himachal Pradesh's river basins could be disastrous downstream if the lakes burst their bounds. This adds to the risk of glacial lake outburst floods, which are a severe threat to downstream communities and infrastructure. Once, our cities used to be ecosystems. Lakes and wetlands were their lungs, their natural sponges. But in our race to urbanize, we have paved over them. Many of India's urban drainage systems are decades old, some even dating back to the colonial era. These systems were designed for a much smaller population and lower rainfall intensity. They are often poorly managed and clogged with solid waste, plastic, and construction debris. This significantly reduces their capacity, causing water to back up and flood streets and homes. Now, with the added threat of climate change, these outdated systems are no match for the new reality of extreme weather events. Intense and concentrated rainfall is becoming more common due to climate change. This is also about citizens' actions. The unmanaged disposal of garbage into urban drainage channels is a major contributor to clogged and ineffective drainage systems. But who puts out this waste? While we mindlessly walk around trashing the city, most of us forget that we are equally responsible for the chaos we suffer from, as much as those we have chosen as our representatives.
There is a popular concept called spawn cities, which where you use flora, wetland, and permeable surfaces to slow down floodings, flood water, allow the surfaces to absorb the flood water.
Look at China's spawn cities, for example. They have equipped their urban areas with permeable surfaces and rain gardens to soak up rainwater and recharge the ground. The Netherlands' Room for the River program gave rivers more space instead of building higher dikes to enhance safety and ecology. Even Japan has an underground water management system in Tokyo called the Metropolitan Area Outer Underground Discharge Channel, designed to mitigate flooding. Experts suggest cities like Rotterdam, Singapore, and Copenhagen have developed nature-based solutions that could act as useful models for Indian urban centers. Rotterdam in the Netherlands uses green roofs, water plazas, and underground storage to manage stormwater. Singapore has the Active Beautiful Clean ABC Waters program by Singapore's Public Utilities Board, which integrates natural drainage with urban design to turn canals into landscaped community assets. Copenhagen, the capital city of Denmark, adopted cloudburst master plans after a 2011 cloudburst event. These plans combine permeable surfaces, retention basins, and public engagement to create a city that can manage extreme rainfall events by using a mix of traditional engineering and nature-based solutions like green spaces. These blue-green solutions are designed to redirect or retain large volumes of water. So this is not just a problem without a solution, but it requires a radical shift in our thinking, investing in modern, resilient infrastructure, enforcing strict building codes, and listening to the experts to work together. The rains will always come. The question is, are we ready to build a city that can stand up to them?